In this video, I'm going to be covering question 3, part A from the 2018 AP Calculus AB free response no calculator allowed portion of the exam. I cover parts A, B, and C and D all in their own individual videos, so if you want to see those other solutions, please check out my other videos. All right, so the first thing that I do on any AP Calculus problem when they have a graph in front of me is I want to make sure I know what that is the graph of. They tell us down here that this is the graph of G, and they say it right here in this sentence, but this is also the graph of the derivative of F. So hidden inside the words of the problem is the fact that this is also the graph of my derivative. So that's going to be important to us as we go trying to solve our problem. Part A here wants us to find out, it's telling us that f of 1 equals 3, and we need to find out what is f of negative 5 equal. Well, what we're going to do is, again, remember that that's the graph of the derivative. When I have a derivative and I want to get back to the original equation, I am going to take the antiderivative of that. And if I have bounds on here, so if I go from A to B, what I get out is this would be the original function when I undo it, evaluated from x equals A to x equals B. And from there, what we would do is we would plug in those values. We do a top minus bottom. You would plug B into that and subtract off A plugged into it. So we're going to use that idea to find our value on this problem. So here are x values. We've got one point that they're giving us at an x equals 1, and then the point we're trying to find it is an x equals negative 5. So our integral is going to go from negative 5 to 1 of f prime of x dx, and we're going to set that equal to, we're going to kind of skip over this step and go to the punchline here. This would be f of b, which in this situation our b value, the value on top is 1, minus f of a, our a value is negative 5. So we know what the value of f of 1 is. They gave that to us in the language of the problem over here. We know that that value is 3. So we could plug that in whenever we need to. Then we need to be able to now find a value for this antiderivative here. Well, remember that what this piece represents is this is the area between the curve and the x-axis from that lower bound x equals negative 5 to our upper bound x equals 1. And so what you're going to do here is this is where they really kind of want you to start using some standard geometry formulas. You're going to want to know your area of a rectangle, area of a triangle, and area of a trapezoid formulas coming into this thing. So we'll break this area up. We're starting here at negative 5, and we're going to end over here at 1. So the first place that I would break this thing up, you really actually could do this as a trapezoid. You could go from negative 5 over to negative 1. So remember the area of a trapezoid formula, if we've got a trapezoid here, the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. That's one of those, there's base 1, there's base 2, there's the height. The area of a trapezoid formula has got to be one of the more handy area formulas when you're dealing with these trying to find areas off of a graph. You got to know it because you're going to end up using it probably on a Riemann sum at some point. But so if I look at this picture here, my base 1 I would call this base, my base 2 I would call that piece, and then the height is going to be that portion right there. So we'll put that area of a trapezoid together. So filling out our area between the curve and the x-axis, this would be 1/2. Base 1 goes from negative 5 to negative 2, so that's going to be a base of 3, plus base 2 goes from negative 5 to negative 1. That's going to be a base of 4. And then our height here goes down to negative 3. Remember that area above the x-axis is considered positive area. Area below the x-axis is considered negative area. And it's because of that negative height there that that's really true. But you've got to track that as you come through these. So that's going to be negative. And then we've got a little gap there that really nothing's happening on. It's right at 0. And now I need to find out what this piece is. Well, this piece right here, that's going to be the area of a triangle formula. So an area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 base times height. So for this problem here, I would say I'm going to add to this 1/2. My base is just that small little gap of 1 My height is going to go up to 2 right there. And then I'm going to set that all equal to, so that's all the area between the curve and the x-axis. Now I'm going to set that equal to f of 1, which we know is 3. They gave it to us over here, minus f of negative 5, which is what we're trying to calculate out. So we're going to solve all of this to get f of negative 5 by itself, and we'll be done. So working our way through this, we get 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 times negative 3 is negative 21, times 1/2 is going to get us negative 21 over 2, plus, and then here, 2 times 1/2 is 1, but we're about to have to add it to a negative 21 over 2, so we might as well leave it with that common denominator already set up for us. So 3 minus f of negative 5. And you just take it a chunk at a time. So over here, this would be negative 21 plus 2 is going to get us negative 19 over 2 equals 3 minus f of negative 5. I would go ahead and move that f of negative 5. I want to make that thing positive. So I would go ahead and just kind of take this opportunity to move that piece over there. And then minus 19 over 2 equals, and then we only have 3 left on this side. And now we'll go ahead and just move that 19 over 2 to the other side. So add 19 over 2, add 19 over 2, and we're going to get to our final answer. So f of negative 5 equals, so 19 over 2 plus 3 over 1. Your common denominator there is 2, so this would be plus 6 over 2, and that's going to get us 25 over 2. So then our final answer for f of negative 5 is 25 over 2. So this one, you're going to get a point for setting up the integral properly back at the beginning here. And then you're just going to get 1 point out at the answer. So 2 points total for this problem. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, please click that like button and subscribe. And also share it with your friends and anyone else you know who might be crying about an upcoming AP Calc test. You can find more videos from me, more sample AP Calc questions, and my complete AP Calc study guide over at my website, apcalcprep.com. Have a great one.